Hey everybody, it's me Julz Chan again, and welcome to another installment of Julz Chan's TV Corner. You're here for Doctor Who, the Season 8 premiere and the appearance of Peter Capaldi as the 12th Doctor. Episode titled Deep Breath. Deep Breath is a very slow-paced episode, isn't exactly the best introduction for Peter Capaldi, but adequate. It's far from terrible. I have to say this new Doctor is far more alien than his previous incarnations, at least for in the new series. He asks very enigmatic questions. He has more deductive skills, and although some of the craziness you could chalk up to the regeneration sickness. But of course, Peter Capaldi loved his performance. It was wonderful. Very alien-like, and of course, since he can't swear, he's gonna have to call his pudding brains. And of course, even when he's trying to be all serious, he can't help but laugh at his antics. You can pretty much tell he's going to be a serious doctor, but avoiding the comedy is near impossible on this show. Now, the meat of this episode not only is Peter Capaldi's appearance and performance, but it's also Clara's possible story arc this season. Clara has seen the regeneration process. This is her first time. She's trying to cope with it. This is very normal. And it's very compounded through this episode. Clara wants to reverse the regeneration process. Vastra questions Clara. Clara constantly tries to prove herself that she is the Doctor's companion. She is his buddy. It's not just his looks, it's their friendship too. That they are partners through and through. Although Clara has a hard time sticking with it with a very still unstable Doctor. People who have experienced the regeneration process for the first time, and very sure there are, will be able to relate to Clara. If this is your first time experiencing a regeneration, you can immensely relate to what she's going through. And the icing on the cake was that final scene where she talks to the 11th Doctor before he regenerates. And of course, let's not forget Team Vastra. There's a lot more flirting between Jenny and Vastra, and even a bit more kissing. And of course, Strax is the comic relief as always. You get to see more of Team Vastra and what their life is like in their little house slash detective agency. It's very entertaining since you don't see Vastra and the gang that often. The villain, while not exactly that interesting, the robot, it did compound the theme. Clara trying to accept the new Doctor, pretty much accepting something new. This robot has been taken apart so many times, replacing parts over and over again, you gotta wonder how much of the original is still left there. And of course the ending with this possible new villain, who I'm just pretty much going to call Time Lord Mary Poppins. And if I don't mention it, somebody else will. The garden that is presumably heaven is pretty much the same garden from The Girl Who Waited. That doesn't raise a whole bunch of implications, I don't know what will. It'll be an interesting new plot thread, and it'll be very entertaining alongside Clara's new story arc where she tries to re-understand the Doctor. The pacing was slow, and also when there was action, it was very tight-spaced, too up close. You couldn't see the whole thing in detail. The comedy between Clara and Peter Capaldi, wonderful, and of course with Team Vastra, the effects were decent for Doctor Who, and of course there was a good theme of acceptance for something new, and the icing on the cake, obviously featuring Matt Smith, made it all the more better. If you can get over the slow pacing, it's a very decent first episode for the start of a new season and an introduction to the new Doctor. I really look forward to Peter Capaldi's era, and I hope to see more of his Scottish accent and him yelling at more bums. I give Doctor Who Season 8, Episode 1, Deep Breath, a 4.5 out of 5. Alright guys, that's all the time I have. Please comment, please subscribe, tell me what you thought of the episode, let's discuss it, and I will see you later.